Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right, I'm gonna start this off giving all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Basham YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, the water Yahawah, Basham YAHAWASHI, the Holy Spirit. Which allows me to do these lessons, and double honors to the apostles and elders, the elder apostles, the hopefully elect elder apostles, hoping to be saved, slated to be saved, chiefly starting with those at the Great Millstone Church and on down to any other of you that may be out here under the same doctrine. Peace and blessings to the brothers teaching this truth in all faith and sincerity, and diligence, and much peace and many blessings to the elect and 1/3. All right, you believers out there, you men, women, and children of the Israelite race. All right, so jumping into this. So this is something I've been meditating on, and pretty much this is going into basically the whole forsaken mother, brothers, sisters thing, which you are to do. You know what I'm saying? But that'll get a lot of people misconstrued, because people just be sitting up here saying, like, you just forsake mother, brothers, sisters, etc. Everybody that the Lord went on to say, but that couldn't be the case if they believe. You aren't to forsake mother, brother, and sisters if they believe. You're not supposed to forsake anybody believe. You're supposed to forsake. You're not supposed to forsake anybody that believe, man. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. So let's go here. Okay. It says, Salaki, bear with me, grabbing the scripture. Yeah, it says, Matthew 19 and 29. We're going to start at. It says, and everyone that has forsaken brother houses, I'm going to start at 28. I'm going to start at actually, yeah, 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Right? And YAHAWASHI said unto them, now is he literally meaning all? What about the other believers with him? It was other disciples. So the all will have to be who? It's gonna go on and say. But anyway, non-believers, it says, and YAHAWASHI said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, right? When the Son of Man shall sit, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everybody that followed what YAHAWASHI did, right? Doing like YAHAWASHI, being according to the word. It says, and everyone, what I'm saying? It says, and everyone about this doctrine. It says, and everyone that has forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Now, why? All right, because these people will be non-believers. These things would actually keep you from getting your YAHAWASHI. So, for example, let's go to Matthew 12 to prove that. Because he said, if you have followed me, so if you did what YAHAWASHI did, watch this. Matthew 12 and 46. While he yet spake to the people, behold, his mother, and his brethren. His mother, and his brethren stood without. So his mother and his brothers. It says, desiring, so-called, right, to desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him who told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hands toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whoso, so there it is. You see? So that was not his mothers and his brethren, which is him, basically him forsaking them because of what? It says, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same as my mother and brother and sister and mother. You see that? So the reason why that you will be forsaking these people, because they're not doing they're not believers. They're non-believers, man. Matthew 19 and once again 28. And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto them, Verily I say unto you that ye which have followed me, right? And the generation when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. It says, and everyone that has forsaken houses, brethren, see, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, like him, you see, or children, or lands for my name's sake. See that? Because he did it. But you will forsake. If you did it for his sake, meaning his name's sake, that's what YAHAWASHI was known for doing. Why did he forsake his mother, his brother, his brethren, his mother, his brethren? Because they wasn't doing the will. They was non-believers. You see, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. You see? So when you go back to the 28th verse, it says, and YAHAWASHI said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me. Now, what did he mean by follow? Matthew 11, shalom, brother. Matthew 11 and 28, it says, Come unto me, you see, and all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me. You see, for I am meek and lowly of heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. So there you go. He said, follow him, right? For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Follow what YAHAWASHI did. We take up our cross. You got to bear that burden. You know, he said, take up your cross and follow him. Let me grab that real quick. So that's ultimately what it means. So when you following YAHAWASHI, you doing what YAHAWASHI did. So if you're forsaking which is picking up your cross, bearing your cross, whatever that come with that, that's what you do. This is which is how you know you follow YAHAWASHI. And YAHAWASHI, one of the things he did, and reason you doing it, because YAHAWASHI, he picked up his cross, and it represents the weightiness of things he had to deal with, but he still had to. He went through with it. So that's how you know you following YAHAWASHI, because you picked up your cross to deal with your burden. So one of the things he did, which is you follow him. So one of the things he did that you would do is forsake his mother, brothers and sisters. Why? Because they're not believers. So when you forsake your mothers and brothers and sisters, wives, whoever, children, it's not because you're generally supposed to. It's because they don't believe like him. So you're not supposed to forsake anybody else that don't. You see, period. Because he pointed to the disciples and all the people that was listening. Right, he said, Behold, my mother, my brother, my sister. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father is my same as my mother, my brother, and my sister. You see, those that believe. The church is consistent of brothers and sisters and children. So how could you forsake brothers and sisters? Why would you? You couldn't. So that don't make sense. So when you forsaking mother, brothers, and sisters, it's only the ones that don't believe. Everybody that don't believe, you forsake. And that's a burden, because you got to forsake everybody, you know. That's why he said we have forsaken all, but that wasn't talking about all, you know, when he said that, because it's many other brothers and sisters. He got, you know, other Israelites. So do you was he talking about, was Peter forsaking them too? Was he not dealing with them too? Was he not taking care of them too? No, he talking about all that he had to, you know, which is mothers, brothers, and sisters that don't believe, you know, houses that's not a part of truth, that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's not according to you being in the truth. It says Matthew 16. I'm going to go ahead and close out Matthew 16 and let's see. Yeah, it's 24. Then Yahawashi said unto his disciples, the followers, if any man will come after me, you see, because he said, come unto me, right? In Matthew 11, it says, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself, you see, and take up his cross and follow me, because that's what Yahawashi did. Yahawashi took up his cross and had to carry it. So there it is. All right. So, for example, how could you forsake, you know, mothers, brothers, your kids, your family? Now that, in a sense, that means like, because you put the Lord before everything else, but the Lord tell you to take care of your family, your mother, brothers and sisters, believers, the believers. That's doing that, you know. But so that's not talking about that. It's just talking about those that don't believe. But anyway, this is 1 Timothy 5:8. But if any provide not for his own, you see, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. You see? So how could that be written? So you're supposed to take care of your family. You're not supposed to be taking you're not supposed to be taking uh 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 you know, you're not supposed to be forsaking, you know, your family, man. You say you're supposed to take care of them. It says, but if any provide not, I'm gonna actually start at 7. It says, and these things give in charge that they may be blameless. But if any provide, I'm gonna actually start at 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, and these things give in charge that they may be blameless. But if any provide not for his own, right, and spend, especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith. You see, and it's worse than an infidel. So you take care of your family, man, your wife, your children. If you got that, you know, brothers, you take care of your house. That's your own house. You see, period. This is a charge. So that would be a contradiction. So when they say forsake mothers, brothers, and sisters, wives, and all of that, that's because they didn't believe, man. Because that's what Yahawashi did. He forsook his because they didn't believe. He put them off. He wouldn't do them. He said, they stand without, desiring to speak with thee. You know, he said, who is my mother, my brother? Whoever doing, you know, the same as my mother, my brother. But it say forsake mothers and brothers. No, it's the ones that don't believe, people that don't believe, you know, because they gonna die. You know, you take care of who's about who's for this truth. All right. So with that, I'm gonna close up and give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Wakadashaka, Dwadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for the Holy Spirit. You're supposed to feed the flock, man. Edify one another. You're supposed to teach your women, teach your wife, teach your children, train your children up in the way that ye shall go. You know, that's why. And also, he that loveth mother, or brother, a son more than me is not worthy of me. Meaning, those that don't believe. You know. But anyway, shalom.